everyone. I hope you are well. To begin my presentation today, I am going to begin with a question for the audience. If you could snap your fingers right now and have the life you've always dreamed of, would you take it? Chances are, if you said no, we have a lot more in common than just being classmates this semester. As someone who has worked a single shift as a night shift caregiver, I've learned that looking back at one's livelihood, one's golden years, one's accomplishments, it is something invaluable. That is why hard work is such a fundamental of mine, and why I would never take this deal if it were extended to me. Over the years, you are going to meet people who influence your perspective, challenge your ideals, and renovate even the most minute habits you have. Human connection is important, but what people often forget is that social learning is vital. I can't promise that what I have to say today will change your life. However, I do intend to share my story in a way that is engaging and hopefully inspiring. Humans are social creatures, and there is value in listening to others. It's everyone's first time on this planet, and tips can always be helpful. My name is Natalie Lyons, and I will be sharing aspects of my life that define the world around me. First, I will share some more lessons that I've learned as a caregiver. As a senior caregiver, I've worked with an array of different people from various backgrounds. I have experience with bedbound patients, dementia care, and end-of-life care. Each of my clients had a story that pertained to them that was uniquely theirs. That is what they all had in common. Working in people-oriented positions developed my empathy further for this reason. Most important moments I got to hear about. I got to hear about the weddings, the first babies, the graduations, the first jobs, all of that. However, I also got to listen and see some of those little moments that sometimes were just as important to these people as the big ones. It really puts into perspective that despite our different demeanors, our different opinions, and our different walks of life, we have all laughed, cried, loved, feared, etc. For hundreds of years, we have just been people. According to the CDC, caregivers get the unique opportunity to learn and develop new skills while also boosting their self-confidence and fulfillment from helping others. While it is not easy, there are many aspects of being a caregiver that I enjoy. These are only a few. On a final note for this topic, communication is the most vital aspect to better understand your client's needs. You need to be able to ask questions, clear up confusions, and listen effectively. Without communication, like in all other things, quality caregiving is impossible. Next up today, I will discuss STAND, which is an incredibly important part of my development. You will learn why. Firstly, the opportunity to be a STAND director in high school gave me the opportunity to hear about different experiences that shaped others around me as people. Creating the Sexual Assault Awareness Committee meant that I had the opportunity to listen to different stories, practice public speaking, and present topics to groups. According to Simply Soft Skills, active listening is just the same as speaking. STAND directors held meetings every month to discuss how we could better benefit our community. In these meetings, we would take turns presenting our ideas. Often in the beginning, it was very difficult for me to listen to others because I just had so much I wanted to say. As time passed, it got much easier because I realized how important other people's conversations were to me. Everything traces back to human connection, after all. It was a valuable skill to learn, and overall, I will be eternally grateful for the opportunity to have learned it. For my final section, I'm going to go over my future aspirations and what they mean to me. Ever since I was very young, I've wanted to be in a people-oriented field. I find helping others to be therapeutic, and serving the people around me brings me fulfillment. First of all, I wanted to do journalism. Then it was psychiatry, and now my focus is clinical social work and mental health. I want to experience a few different careers because I believe that there's growth to be had and change. My favorite Latin phrase is omnia mutantur, and it means everything changes. Firstly, I want to be a school counselor. Secondly, I want to be a substance abuse counselor. And finally, I want to be a social worker in a psychiatric hospital. As I change careers, I also intend to change states. My goal is to see the positives and the negatives in a much bigger picture. One social worker who has impacted me works at the Helen Ross McNabb Center in Oak Ridge. She works with youth and young adults experiencing psychosis symptoms for the first time. I was captivated by her career from the day I met her because her career brought in aspects of psychology and social work together, which I initially didn't know that you could do that. I knew from the day I met her what my end goal would be. Social workers are able to help beyond how the individual feels, according to socialworkers.org, and that was always something I found to be flawed for just psychology. It just didn't have the amount of engagement that I wanted. To put a wrap on things, I have shared a portion of my life with you all. My unique story fits into the puzzle that is Earth. It's infinite, and we all have experiences to add to it. Additionally, I was able to share some of how impactful communication is to me. We went over social work, senior caregiving, and STAN today, as well as more of my future goals. On a final note, trust your hard work